This is the new mode of transportation. So we have two engines in this car. One's a combustion engine and the other is an electric motor. And the electric motor runs off a 400-pound, 16-kilowatt battery, which runs down the car longitudinally, and then in the back seat it tees. So this car should go anywhere, depending on the temperature, quite candidly, because of the physics behind the battery technology, anywhere from, on a first charge, 35 to 45 miles. Mm-hmm. Interestingly, 80% of Americans drive 40 miles or less per day. So, like for me, when I've driven 3,000 miles and have used less than a gallon of gas, if you're driving from here, from say Florida to New York, after say 40 miles, very quietly the gasoline engine, which is only an 86 horsepower engine, will cut in to charge the battery, because batteries run only on direct current, and engines, because they're rotating by nature, produce alternating current. So it has to go through an inverter and convert and charge the battery. So here it goes. You just push the button. And you see this little indicator here? That indicator just tells you you're on battery. It'll come on and it'll show you the gas tank.
So if we wanted to go anywhere today, what's the farthest we could drive?
Just on this charge?
Yeah.
If you wanted to go anywhere, you could drive anywhere. You could drive to California. But you, on charge, you could just drive 27 miles, and then there's never any drag, any mechanical drag on the combustion engine. All that engine does is charge the battery, which will run the electric motor. Mm-hmm. So you'll find when I take off from here, the torque on an electric engine is much better at lower speeds than a combustion engine. You know, and I'll give you, when we get out here, I'll give you a sense of how quickly this car will take off.
So do you drive one of these at home?
Yeah.
You have one in your garage?
Yeah, yeah.
What color is it?
It's white. Now, just get the sense of this, and I'll let you drive it. This is not a golf cart. This is a car with a hell of an engine behind it. And I would say that you'd have trouble getting your combustion engine car to get that sort of quick acceleration. But you can see how quiet it is. People that buy these, it's got the highest, Consumer Reports it has the highest consumer approval rating of any product they've ever measured. You see this? You see the display on this center console here? Mm-hmm. So this will tell you. Okay, right now I'm recharging the battery because I'm braking, I'm slowing down. Now I'm going to step on the accelerator. You see it goes, now it's going into the battery itself. So you have a recharge capability. When I'll go off the battery, now from the wheels, the motion of the wheels, it's recharging the battery. So a lot of times, depending on how your driving habits, you can get more than 40 miles on a charge.
Can you talk to us about the affordability of a car like this? Like, what does it cost? I think one of the big complaints about cars that run on alternative energy and et cetera is just that they're so expensive that most American families can't afford them.
Mm-hmm. Well, on this car right now, it costs right around just under $40,000, and you get a tax credit of $7,500 from the federal government. That's your seatbelt. You get a tax credit of $7,500, so let's say it's 40. That gets you down to $32,500. And if you figure you put on 40 miles per day, gasoline-wise, let's say you're driving a car at 20, gets you 20 miles per gallon, right? Right. If you just drive it and you don't take it back home, like when we are driving around in our hometown, we just plug it in, we come back in from a short jaunt. But let's say that you just extend it out and it's 40 miles. Well, that's at $5 a gallon or $4 a gallon, that's $10 a day. It takes about, depending on where you live and your kilowatt hour charges, between $1 and $1.50 to charge this car for 40 miles. It's pretty good. Compare that to a gallon of gasoline at $4 or $4.50. It's $1.50 to go 40 miles versus $7 to $8, $10.
And just how safe is the car? Like, how does it measure in terms of crash testing, et cetera?
It is one of the few cars that has a 5-star rating by NHTSA, National Highway Safety Transfer Administration, and the Insurance Institute.
What do you like most about the car?
Well, I like the sense that I'm doing something good for the environment. People say, well, I'm drawing $1.50's charge off of my bill at home when I'm charging it. But when I was in the service, I ran a power plant that would light a city, and whether you're producing so much electricity, and what cars, you'd have to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of these cars to really make a dent on the national utility grid. So you're doing something good for the environment. You're saving yourself some money, and I tell you what, it's a good looking car.